रत्नसानुचरासनं रजताद्रिशृङ्गनिकेतनं शिञ्जिनीकृतपन्नगेश्वर अच्युताननसायकं क्षिप्रदग्धपुरत्रयं त्रिदशालयैरभिवन्दितं चन्द्रशेखरमाश्रये मम किं करिष्यति वै यमः. Namasabhai, respected chair and other scholars and participants. Today I am going to present my paper on mathematics in India, in ancient India. India is a land of knowledge. India is also Karma Bhumi. Rays of knowledge spread in this land before many islands didn't even open their eyes. There is a big difference between Western scholars and Indian scholars, especially ancient Indian scholars. Ancient Indian scholars worked either driven by their own passion or for the benefit of the mankind in general, whereas the Western scholars and scientists used their inventions and discoveries either for their own lucrative purposes or as business models. Maybe that is the reason why we have lost all most of the manuscripts. It is believed that Vedic civilization dates back to approximately 5000 BCE. At the time itself, there flourished a mature civilization on this land. We generally hear that in Ramayana, Ravana flew in Pushpak Vimanam. People traveled in planes at the time itself, and in Mahabharata, when we read about the mass destruction in Kurukshetra war, we get doubts about the nature of the weapons used. Nuclear weapons must be the cause of the death of 1.6 billion people in the span of just 18 days. And the devastation can be compared to the devastation of that of the Nagasaki. By these incidents, we can come to conclusion that there existed science and technology in those days itself. Eventually, great sages and scholars in ancient India, were fascinated by celestial bodies like sun, moon, other planets, and galaxies. Maybe that is the foundation for the interest in the study of its related subjects like astronomy and mathematics. Mathematics is the most difficult and exciting branch of science. There are references of mathematics in Yajurveda Samhita and Shatapatha Brahmana. Priests used to build altars for sacrifices using simple tools like ropes and sticks. The first evidence of mathematics used by our ancient sages were recorded in the form of Sulabha Sutras. In fact, in Rudram, Namakam, Chamakam, there were references of numbers used to pray Lord Shiva. Worshippers of Lord Shiva recite Sri Rudram, 11 sections, followed by Chamakam with 11 sections as a routine prayer every day. This is called Nyasam. That is the method of worship, a method of worship. Repeated obeisance is paid to Lord Shiva and for blessings in Rudram part. But on special occasions, the number of recitations is increased. In Laghu Rudram, Rudram is recited for 11 squares, that is 11 into 11 times, 121. And Chamakam is recited for 11 times. In Maharudram, 11 Raghu Rudrams are recited, that is 11 cube, that is 11 into 11 into 11. Three times we have to multiply. So that is 11 cube. That is equal to 1331, that is 1331 times, and Chamakam for 11 square, that is 121 times. In Atirudram, 11 Maharudrams are recited, that is 11 to the power of 4, 14641 times, and Chamakam is recited for 11 cube, 1331 times. According to scholars, these numbers represent a polymer chain of molecules that form apa or water that enables evolution of life and intelligence, and water is nothing but the nitrogenous base pairs of DNA. The numbers 1 to 3 represent 33,000 base pairs of mitochondrial base pairs of DNA. The numbers 4 to 48 represent 48 million nuclear bases of DNA. So the two sets of DNA bases combine to provide sustenance of human well-being and onward evolution of human life. This is about the mathematics in spiritual world. But when we come to the mathematics of the mundane and worldly life, our forefathers achieved stunning results from establishing place value system and finding the value of pi. Our ancient scholars invented so many parameters which the Western world could not imagine. Not just that bricks they have used for constructing altars, and they have also uniquely made with perfect length. They have made the certain bricks with uniquely made with perfect length and breadth in specialized kilns. So these we have also evidences in Harappan Mohenjo-daro excavations. The decimal system was first invented by Indians and it reached Arabs and thereby landed in Europe. Indus Valley civilization adopted the unique system of weights and lengths too. The weights are decimals like 0.05, 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500. In this way, these are all they have adopted this system of weights, whereas length was measured in inches and feet. Ancient Indians were fascinated by higher numbers. From a record of an early Buddhist text, Lalita Vistara, we can know that on one occasion, Prince Gautama recites the counting beyond koti. 100 kotis are called ayuta, 100 ayutas are called niyuta, 100 niyutas are called kankara, 100 kankaras are called vivara, 100 vivaras are called kshobhya, 100 kshobhyas are called vivaha, 100 vivahas, 100 ustanga, and 100 ustangas are called babula, 100 babulas are called one nagabala, 100 nagabalas are called one tithi lamha, and so on up to another 12 terms ending with tallakshana, whereas tallakshana is 10 to the power of 53. We have many mathematicians in India. In ancient times from Aryabhata 1, so here ancient Indian mathematicians made a seminal contribution to the study of trigonometry, algebra, arithmetic, and rational numbers. The oldest known texts which are available are Sulabha Sutras of Baudhayana and Apastamba and Katyayana. These Sulabha Sutras were supposed to be composed as ancient as 800 BC. These Sulabha Sutras are considered to be more ancient than even these times. So they were actually composed in 800 BC, but they were in practice before 800 BC. So in this way, we have so many ancient mathematicians who excelled and who worked on astronomy and mathematics. So Aryabhata 1 was among them, and who was the first and foremost, who belonged to 5th century BCE, has invented decimal system. Born in Kusumapura in the state of modern day Bihar, he wrote extraordinary treatise called Aryabhatiya, which deals with both mathematics and astronomy in Sanskrit verses. Aryabhatiya is in four padas in 121 stanzas, very concisely and briefly packing all knowledge pertaining to astronomy and mathematics. The first pada, which is in 13 stanzas, deals with the definitions of astronomical parameters. He gave definitions of large units of time like kalpa, manu, and yuga. He was the first person to give the value of pi corrected to decimals. Pi is equal to circumference is 2. That is the ratio of circumference of a circle to the diameter of a circle, that is equal to 3.1416. This value is more perfect than the value given by Ptolemy, who was a great Greek mathematician. And Aryabhata says this also very humbly, and he says that it is approximately. He was not overconfident about his own revelations. So pi, he said, it is approximate. Aryabhatta may be the first astronomer to give a table of sign differences. He also gave geometrical and theoretical methods for constructing sign tables at intervals of 3 degrees 45 minutes. He also gave solutions for intermediate equations of the following type. That is, intermediate equations in the sense, nowadays we say that linear equations. That is, n is equal to ax plus b is equal to cy plus d is equal to ez plus f, so and so on, so and so forth. And Apastamba can be considered, next prominent scientist was Apastamba. And Apastamba can be considered as the first of ancient Indian mathematicians. He gave Sulba Sutras which were helpful in the construction of altars for yajna. He could give the value of root 2. That is, root 2 is equal to 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 into 4 minus 1 by 3 into 4 into 34, like that. So Aryabhatta too was also there, who belonged to the period between 950 CE. He wrote Mahasiddhanta in Sanskrit, and he discussed about eclipses, geometry, and algebra in the same way. Bhaskara I was surely a follower of Aryabhatta I and studied his books. He belongs to, nowadays there is a dispute between two versions of his birthplace. Like one says Asmaka Tantra, which is now in Nizamabad in Telangana, and another one is in Saurashtra, Gujarat. So maybe this is a dispute, we may ignore it, but he belonged to 600 CE. Bhaskara I works are Mahabhaskariya and Laghubhaskariya. Bhaskara I was the ancient Indian mathematician and astronomer who was the first to write numbers in the Hindu decimal system with using zero, using a circle to denote zero. So he also gave rational approximation of the sign functions. He wrote his annotated Aryabhatiya. That is, he gave annotations to the Aryabhatiya. He wrote the meanings of Aryabhatiya. And in 629 CE, this is considered to be one of the known prose works in Sanskrit on astronomy and mathematics. Besides this, he also wrote Mahabhaskariya and Laghubhaskariya. Like this way, many ancient Indian scholars worked on mathematics and astronomy, but many of the scripts and manuscripts were lost, and because of that, they did not have the broad vision. Maybe that is my perception. We did not think about in the ways of Western scholars. That's why we lost many of the manuscript, and we are left with very few of them. But even then, we can make use of them and progress in our Vedic knowledge and correlating Vedic knowledge with nowadays technology. Thank you very much. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Thank you once again.